Listen here, little buddy. You're getting your ass kicked on Friday. You got it? And that mean face you got right there, that little mean mug ain't gonna do shit for you, buddy. It ain't. Your ass is grass. Your ass is mine, Buster. You got it? Good morning, folks, and happy Monday. We slept like an absolute freaking rock last night, except for like when we were getting up to pee, like, shoot, I don't know, at least 10 times. Had to have been. But we floated 10 pounds in the middle of the night, so I guess that's something to be proud of. That's 10 more pounds I don't have to lose. And that is always good news. But since our weight is looking phenomenal, I'm not sure if we're going to go get in the sauna, or if we're just going to go do a light set of cardio and then get in the sauna later. I have no idea. But I figured we'd get up, we'd get some breakfast in us, and we'd see how we weighed, and then we'd go from there. So I guess let's go find us something for breakfast. We got some egg bites in the fridge, but I kind of want an omelet. And I kind of want some eggs. So I guess I'll kind of play it by ear. Whatever is calling my name. So let's get inside and let's make us up something for breakfast, folks. Well, I was feeling creative this morning. So an hour later, we have probably the most beautiful omelet I have ever made in my life. A giant omelet. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to eat it all. Heck, I don't even think, even if we weren't cutting weight right now, we wouldn't be able to eat it all. But it is a pretty omelet. Let's hope that it is as good as past omelets, because they haven't looked this pretty, but they have been quite tasty. So let's see if it's as tasty, or if I just wasted an hour of my day. Well, this blows. That omelet was an absolute freaking bust. Took one bite of it and I was like, this don't taste very good. Took another bite of it and couldn't get it down. So now it's in the trash can. So let's find something else to make for breakfast. Should have just went with my gut instinct, because the scrambled eggs, they hit the spot. I wasted time on an omelet for no reason whatsoever. I guess let's finish our cup of joe and head to go get in better shape today than we were yesterday. Or, let's be real, we're just going to break a sweat. Well, now that we have wasted an hour making an omelet to throw the omelet away because it was straight freaking ass, and then another hour and a half filling out freaking paperwork for the freaking athletic commission, let's go knock out this cardio. Let's go get this cardio over with. Get probably a small sauna set, nothing big, just a light one. And then let's get our butts back home so that we can go get these kids better today than they were freaking yesterday, folks. Well, good news. We have officially made it to the gym to knock out this cardio session, this little sweat sesh. So, let's get in here and let's sweat. Cardio went great. Sweat was broken phenomenally. Now time to keep the sweat going and hop into the hot box, folks. Well, hot box complete, and I guess you could say that I broke a little bit of a sweat. Well, I guess you can definitely say a little sweaty indeed. I guess let's go ahead, let's finish sweating, let's try off, and let's get out of here, folks. Well, after I had finally stopped sweating and somewhat dried off, our weights was looking pretty freaking stellar. No brain fog, no energy lacking. Everything is feeling tip top and good. I mean, our cardio was good. The sweat just freaking rolled out of me. This is gonna be a pretty decent weight cut, but we are getting out of here in like just enough time to get home, sit down for a second, and run back out the door to go get these kids better today than they were yesterday. So let's get our butts home. I'm not sure if we're gonna do another sauna set later, another run, or if we're going to do a salt bath, but I guess we'll find that out when the time comes. For now, let's get home and hopefully stop sweating when we get into this AC. Well, good news, folks. We made it home in enough time to go inside and be lazy for a little bit before we got to go get these kids better today than they were yesterday. And I think since last week we worked on a guillotine from the front, just understanding the mechanics of it, and then we worked on finishing it from the guard. I figure now we should probably go from the front head guillotine straight into the guarded guillotine. It'll probably help our people progress understanding how to slide their leg in there and throw the leg up top. Would probably help them immensely. So that is exactly what we're going to do today. We are going to work on how to pull the guillotine, and then of course using the finishing mechanics in which we used last week to finish the guillotine. So let's go inside and let's be lazy for a little bit before we got to get back out of the door to go get these kids better today than they were yesterday. And 20 minutes later, we are right back out of the door to go get these kids better today than they were yesterday. And I was wanting a little go-go juice, a little bean juice, you know what I mean? So I made me another cup of coffee. Now we are running behind, so let's get this thing in the high gear and haul ass to the park to get them better today than they were freaking yesterday. Well, we have made it to the park, and surprisingly, we were not late. Traffic was our friend. So let's run in here and teach these kids how to use those finishing mechanics of the guillotine that we learned last week. How to pull them, how to make this all. Let's bring everything that we learned last week into a big fat circle. So let's get in here and let's get them better today than they were yesterday. Mats are rolled up and the kids are out of here. Shout out to the little helpers we had today who got these things rolled up for us. But kids class went extremely well. But one thing is one of my students asked me, why do we do what seems like a variation of the same move or the same everything? We've done this for like 2 weeks now. Why do we go over this so many times? And then I look over and they have the person's head in the center of their chest. And I said, you remember how you asked that question at the beginning of class, why we do things, why we're so consistent with doing certain things, so diligent about doing certain things, why we repeat certain techniques? And they're like, yeah. I was like, that's why. What are you doing wrong? She was like, oh, head and armpit. I don't know why I keep forgetting that. And I'm like, because this is only your maybe 6th time of drilling it. It's okay. It is okay. It takes 10,000 repetitions to become a master or proficient at anything. So I was like, don't get discouraged, but this is why we do these things. This is why we are very diligent and very consistent and very almost kind of annoying about certain drills. I try to have fun. That's why I don't say anything about y'all joking around, having fun, doing cartwheels every now and then. But this is also why I'm very structured about why we do certain things. And they're like, well, that makes a lot of sense. Thanks, coach. And then they proceeded to ask me, hey, you want a donut? Hey, you like candy corn? I love those things. I just can't have any of it because I'm cutting freaking weight. But after that wonderful kids class, let's get our butts out of here. Let's get home. Let's finish our last half gallon, or hop on the games and finish our last half gallon. Oh, and shower and eat. I can't believe that I forgot those two. Like the most important ones, showering and eating. But honestly, I'm not too hungry. The cravings aren't coming as bad as they traditionally do. We're doing a pretty good job of ridding them away. But as I was walking out, I had the most wholesome, stinking experience ever. A kid ran up to me. He goes, "Can I do that?" And I was like, "What's that?" He said, "That right there." I was like, "What?" "The thing that you were teaching." I was like, "Jiu-jitsu?" He goes, "Yeah, that. The one in that room over there." I was like, "Yeah. How old are you?" He's like, 4. And I was like, "Well, we usually don't start them at 4, but can you do some push-ups for me?" And he knocked out like 25 push-ups. And I was like, "All right, you're good, you're good. What about burpees?" And he started knocking out some burpees. I was like, "Where's your dad at?" And he's like, "Right here." I was like, "Here, take me to your dad." Took me over to his dad. His dad was like, he's wanting to do grappling forever. I took him to another local gym in this area, and they said that they couldn't have him in there. Plus, they were doing a year contract. Plus, it was like $200. And I was like, "Oh, where's that at?" And he told me, and I was like, "Oh, I'm very familiar of that place. Very familiar. A little too familiar." And he just started laughing. He was like, "So you're okay with him coming?" I was like, "Yeah, I don't mind. We'll stay in contact." And it warmed my heart, because all the kind words that they had to say about what we're doing, and then the facility members had to say about what we were doing, literally just, it warms my heart. It warms my stinking heart. There ain't much more I could say other than it is a pleasure to be able to build something for our community, to give back to the community, to be able to give another kid a dream. It's a real honor. It really is. But we're about to pull back into the place, so let's get our butts home, or in our place. We're about to pull back into our place, so let's get our butts inside. Let's take a shower. Probably go ahead and eat now, because I found out today that our weigh-ins are at 10 a.m. on Thursday, which is amazing, but that means I need to get my sleep schedule somewhat adjusted. So yeah, let's take our butts inside and grub down, shower up, and hop on the freaking games, folks. I don't know what we're gonna eat. I know we got our stuffed mushrooms that always hit the freaking spot, but we also have some oh, we don't have any more eggs. I ate the last egg today. We got egg bites. I don't know. We'll find something to grub on. And we are home, folks. I guess let's take our butts inside before this storm begins a brewing. Hop in the shower, clean up, get a little bite to eat, and then catch some flipping dubs. Showered up and cleaned up and feeling like a literal new man. Let's take our butts upstairs. Let's warm up some stuffed mushies and grub down, and I guess call it a freaking night. Go ahead and hop on the games and catch a few stinking dubs. Well, I think the brain fog may be kicking in just a little bit, because we just totally sat downstairs for a solid 20 minutes. Sitting there trying to decide what the heck we just forgot. By the way, we never figured out what we forgot. But we have finally gotten our mushrooms warmed up, so let's smack down on these guys. Well, I'm a teensy bit disappointed, because traditionally, my stuffed mushrooms, heck, I get excited to cut weight because I get the chance to eat those stuffed mushrooms. Literally, like one of my favorite stinking meals. But today, I straight struggled to get those jokers down. I don't know what the JB did differently. If she didn't add as much yogurt, or if she didn't add as much cheese. But she did something different, and it just was very, very, very dry. I was fighting it down, but we did get it down, so we do have some nutrients into our bodies. And I think that maybe the brain fog is kicking in a little bit, because we got out of the shower, we sat down, and then I forgot what we were doing. Completely forgot. Couldn't figure out what it was that we were supposed to have done. Don't know. And maybe just a little bit of brain fog, so like it kicked in as soon as I sat down. It was like, oh, you were supposed to do something. I have no idea what it was. Still don't. I sat there the whole entire time I was trying to stuff those freaking stuffed mushrooms down my face. What the heck did I forget to do? There's something that you forgot. What is it, dude? And we never were able to figure it out. Absolutely were not able to. A little disappointed about it, but it is what it is. That's what happens when you have oversaturated your body with water, stopped ingesting sodium, cut out your carbs. That's what happens. But I would much rather a little bit of brain fog over exertion, because overexertion is what kills 90% of weight class athletes. Is they try to go and overexert themselves on little to no calories, and then the inevitable happens. So that is why we cut out our carbs. That is why we cut out our freaking sodium. That is why we chug a bunch of water. Is so that hopefully the weight just falls right off. And which it is. It is. And we have done a pretty good job of keeping our energy levels like pretty consistent. And I wouldn't say my energy levels tanked. I would just say that I hit a spot of fogginess and I couldn't remember what I was supposed to remember. I still can't remember. There was something I was supposed to do and I don't know what it was. And it's really bothering me. But anyways, folks, now that we have eaten, we're going to hop on the games. And I cannot express it to you enough how excited I am as the time ticks, as the time grows closer. The excitement levels are growing. The anticipation is flowing. It really is. I went to go sign the contract and do everything that I was supposed to do like 2 months ago today, while I was sitting there doing absolutely nothing. And I saw that, one, the weigh-ins are like less than 5 minutes from the hotel in which we're staying at. The hotel in which we're staying at is right down the road from the venue because, I mean, in Atlanta, you can be, it's not really that far. It's 20, 30 miles. But that'll be about a 3-hour ride on a Friday or about a 3-hour ride on a Thursday morning. So instead of dealing with all the Atlanta traffic, we decided to get a hotel out there like we did last time. And this time, it's not, the weigh-ins aren't back in the middle of Atlanta. They're up in Alpharetta, up at, right there, at the venue. That makes me a happy freaking camper. Y'all have no idea. And on top of it, the weigh-ins are 3 hours before what they traditionally are, in which we traditionally get right on weight at the time that weigh-ins are this time. So that means we get to make weight, head to the venue, recover, be able to eat breakfast for the first time ever on a weigh-in, right after a weigh-in. Then I get to eat lunch, and then I still get to eat dinner, plus whatever snacks I decide to eat throughout the day. We still have a freaking Thursday. We still got the whole entire day. We got the whole day still. Like, that makes me so, y'all have no idea how excited that makes me. Because making weight, weighing in, doing the picks, doing the press conference, all the junk that you got to do, all the extra media stuff that you got to do, ends up taking most of your day. So you get to eat lunch, and then by the time lunch is finally digested enough to where your stomach isn't like completely destroyed, you get to go eat dinner. And then now now it's probably 10 o'clock at night, and now you got to hopefully get that food to run through your body so that you don't wake up with a tummy ache in the morning. So then you're getting to sleep at like, what, 1, 2 in the morning? Which is no biggie for us, but before a fight, you kind of want to get a little bit more rest. So this time, it's not that their whole entire weigh-in day is just, we can just say that there's not a day there. All we got to do, the only thing we get to do that day is weigh in and then chill. No, we get to weigh in, we get to go do something, we get to go eat, we get to go eat some more, we get to go eat some more. This will probably be the biggest I have ever been in a fight. Post-recovery. Like, literally maybe the biggest I will ever be. Of course, except for the UFC, who does it at like 6 o'clock in the stinking morning. This will probably be the biggest I've ever been. And I'm excited. I'm so excited, folks. Y'all have no idea. The anticipation is growing. So, I guess let's hop on the games, folks. Let's play a little bit. Let's try to catch a few crowns. Maybe wander through the story of High on Life a little bit more if none of the homies want to play. Maybe run some COD again. I have no idea. And then call it a stinking night. We may have to hop in the salt bath for just a little bit tonight, just to be safe, since we are weighing in at 10 a.m. on Thursday. We got to get the weight down a little bit more than what we would usually get it down at this time. But at the same time, not really. Not really. We could just wake up an hour earlier than what we traditionally do so that we can make that ride after we make weight. And not have to wait. We just make weight and go right to the scale. Like, y'all don't know how exciting that is for a fighter. Y'all have no idea. Like, we pay the extra money so that we can be right down the road from the venue, and then we still don't get to weigh in right after we make weight. This time, we do. I'm so excited. So excited. Listen here, little buddy. You're getting your ass kicked on Friday. You got it? And that mean face you got right there, that little mean mug ain't gonna do shit for you, buddy. It ain't. Your ass is grass. Your ass is mine, Buster. You got it? But, folks, I hope to see y'all on the stream tonight. And if not, I still love you, folks. Good night, folks, and BillyGoat freaking loves you.